backs being paid in the NFL market right now?
There's a collective, meaning together, bargaining agreement. So that means all the owners and coaches got together and said, this is what we are not going to pay running backs, all right? And they really don't have to, man. Like, that's the part I hate, bro. Running backs ain't getting paid because they don't have to be, bro. Like, and then look at the NFL like this. So say, for example, say Saquon Barkley say, I ain't playing no more. You think the Giants gonna cry about that shit? They gonna call FOMO, just like you, buddy. And them folk gonna be happy to be here for half the price every time. Every time, bro. So yeah, it's not fair. And I use this analogy when telling the dude about how the NFL is. Well, you say you got a rookie making a rookie minimum like $300,000. All right. So I made $300,000 this season. You know, I feel like I'm doing my thing. Then I'm sitting next to Leonard Fournette, who got 4 $300,000 cars, and that's just 4 of them. So it's like, dang, I ain't really doing too much of nothing. So with that running back market, bro, they feel like they getting stunted on by the other positions, which they are. It's backup receivers making. Chase Claypool finna make more than most of the running backs in the NFL. And he scored 1 more touchdown than I did last year. He scored 1 more than I did last year. And we know how many touchdowns I scored last year. Yeah, I ain't suited up yet. So it's like, it's a disjustice. So it's not so much of the dollar amount. It ain't even about the money for them, I guarantee it, bro. It's about y'all blatantly doing us dirty in our face. You feel me? Like, yeah, we know we ain't got to pay y'all, like, straight up. So yeah, that's why they doing it, bro. It's because they can, bro. And whenever you're dealing with contracting and agreements, like terms and agreements, that collective bargaining agreement was agreed on both sides. That's where the holdout come from. So it's almost like, you know, y'all agreed to this initially, so you gonna stand on that, bro. And playing with Snelly really got me big on terms and agreements. It's like, this is what we agreed to do, and if you don't agree to do it, then you can dip. You feel me? So whenever I talked to Snelly, he didn't agree. He didn't keep his terms and agreements. So at that choice, I either accept that, like, okay, yeah, you can not keep your word, or I'm gonna do something about it, in which I did. Now keep in mind, what the NFL guys doing is totally different, bro. And it's really a tough spot to be in. I feel like it hurts them more mentally than anything to just watch somebody. Almost like when you go back into the days of discrimination, like racism and stuff, where like you can really tell me I cannot drink this water fountain, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it besides hurt myself or put myself in a worse situation. So yeah, I don't really agree with it, man. You know, I feel like they should pay them boys, especially when you look at the fact that they can afford to do it. Like, they're not gonna miss nothing. You can take a few backup receivers, you know, take a little piece from here, there, get them straight, man. But I ain't really worried about them NFL running backs. When I think about players getting slighted, you know, it's like bigger in the grand scheme of things, like with sports, bro. Especially when I told you earlier about them girls, bro. The WNBA still ain't turned over a profit. Yeah, in its exception. But, and I don't really like to put my feet in other people's shoes, because like you said, you don't know how they feeling. But with the running backs, everybody can see, like, y'all trying them boys, man. And they don't deserve that, bro. And then, you know, football derived from rugby. There was no forward pass. That's how the game started. So everything we know from football, and Pop Warner, that's an actual person, he helped introduce the forward pass to the game. So now the forward pass now revolutionized the game to the point where you making these guys feel like you don't need them. And that's just not right.
Yeah, man. I think they should be paid, but the reason I think they should be paid is the reason that they shouldn't be paid. Like, okay, running backs get the toughest yards on the team.
For sure.
Every time you get the ball, you got to run at the nigga that hit the hardest on the team.
Yep,
you know
every play, and all 11 of them in front of you.
Yeah, so if you the bell cow back, you run that nigga that hit the hardest on the team every play, you gonna get hurt. So why should we pay one that's gonna get most of the carries and mess around and get hurt, instead of we can have three, four of them, you know what I'm saying, and spread that money out.
And just spread the money out.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they should get paid for that reason, but for that same reason, they shouldn't.
Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, ooh, I ain't never think of it like that either. Yeah, you can't get that one running back thing. That's over too.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, back in the day, you had a back, you'd get the ball 40 times. That ain't happening no more.
Yeah, then like you literally every play you are running at the hardest hitter on the team.
And if you ain't getting the ball, you blocking.
Yeah,
you
facts.
blocking the hardest hitter.
Facts.
Who blitzing?
Facts.
For sure.
So I mean, it's a tough market for running backs right now. Like I get why they not getting paid. They should get paid, but that same reason is why they shouldn't.
For real.
What I'm saying? It's a conundrum for them, man. But if I had a son that wanted to play football, I was like, hey man,
Not running back.
you're not playing
Not running back. Yeah.